Welcome to Yoga 77. My name is Jackie. We're going to begin in a comfortable seated position, so you might be cross-legged, you might use a bolster, cushion, blanket to sit on, perhaps you'd like to sit on a chair. And just find a position where you can invite a lift up through the spine, up through your heart space, right to the crown of the head. Might take the shoulders down and back, just rolling. Might roll them forward. Nice, and then just start to bring in some side to side movement. So you can let the head be a little heavy. Just notice that movement through the lower body. And then feel almost like a swaying motion come all the way up your spine to the crown of the head. You might start to come a little further forward. You might start to come a little further back. So bringing more of a circling motion in. Maybe side to side. You might keep your hands on your legs. You might bring your hands onto your bolster or onto your chair. Let's take a few more rounds like this. And then come back into a position that feels more neutral. Just let that settle and see if you can notice those points of contact to either your chair or your bolster, your blankets. You might notice the sit bones, your legs, maybe your feet, maybe the hands if your hands are down. And just come into your stillness. So there still might be a little bit of movement there, that's okay. You might choose to close your eyes down or keep a soft gaze. And then just start to observe your breath. Notice where you can feel your breath in your body. You might notice it as a coolness coming in through your nostrils. You might notice it as a rise and fall maybe in your chest and your belly. And if it's available to you, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Again, you might choose to just softly close your eyelids. You might prefer a soft gaze. And then we'll just stay for another 4 to 6 breath rounds. Just noticing your inhale, noticing your exhale. Just notice that softness through your shoulders, that lift through your spine, spaciousness through your heart space, that lift right to the crown of your head. And you might just notice as you sit, you feel a little longer, a little lighter. You might even just bring a slight soft smile to your face for these last few breaths. And you might choose to keep your eyes closed or blink them open on your next inhale. Flow your arms up and overhead. You might take the eye gaze up, maybe a little pause at the top of the inhale before you exhale and float the arms all the way back down. We'll just try that again in your own pace with your breath. Inhaling the arms all the way up, maybe a little pause at the top, and then exhaling back down. Let's take a couple more like this. Might start to notice a slight lengthening of your breath. And if you don't, that's okay. Again, maybe that pause at the top of the inhale before you exhale and float both hands down together. Really nice. Now we're going to take the right arm right up, the left arm about halfway. Again, maybe that pause at the top of the inhale. Exhaling back down. See if you can let the hands land at about the same time. Again, your next inhale, we'll take the left arm right up, right arm about halfway. Maybe that pause before you exhale, float the hands down. Nice, and we're just going to keep with this movement, so you might choose to follow me, keeping that soft gaze. You might give it a go with the eyes closed, and if you get a little bit muddled with which arm's going up, it's okay. Just see if you can notice the way that the arms, the hands are floating at the same time as your breath. So almost like your arms, your hands are an extension of your lungs, of your breath. Taking another round. Maybe you might be moving faster or slower. Then just finishing off your last round or two so that you feel even on both sides. Beautiful, and then we'll come back to moving symmetrically once you are completed on both sides. No hurry at all. So we'll bring both arms all the way up. Again, maybe that little pause, and then exhaling all the way back down. Again, you might try these with your eyes closed. Just take a couple more rounds like this. Finishing off your last round or two. And once you are complete, no hurry at all. We'll just bring the hands down. They might be on your chair, on your bolster, maybe on your lap. You can have palms up or down. And then just come into stillness once you're ready. And again, just take a moment just to simply observe. Notice anything that's coming up. Just notice any sensations. Notice how you're feeling. Notice your breath. Without having to change anything, without judging, just be soft, just notice, just observe. Again, you might just pop that little soft smile on your face. You might choose to soften your eyelids. And if you notice any tension through your neck, you might even just take some movement. Notice if you are just being a little tight or rigid. Just see if you can soften. So you might just take some movement through the neck, through the head. Just allowing that to release and soften. Maybe the shoulders. Nice. Now on your next inhale, just open the arms into cactus arms. You might shine the palms up towards the ceiling. Might bring the gaze up. Again, just staying here for a few breath rounds. Again, just check the neck here. Try not to put any tension into the neck. You might choose to keep the eye gaze more straight ahead. If taking the head back is good for you, then feel free to take that. Just notice that beautiful space from one shoulder across to the other across your chest. And see if you can allow the breath to go there. You might notice the expansion through your chest, through the ribs. And then as you exhale, a slight contraction. Let's take a couple more breaths here. Nice. And then on your next exhale, float the arms all the way back down. Again, you might allow the palms to come down. You might have palms facing up. And again, just find any other little movements to really check in that you're comfortable. You might just switch the legs around if they are cross-legged. And then just coming back into your stillness. Just finding this comfortable seat for just a short meditation. And again, you might intentionally, softly close the eyelids if they're not already closed. And if they are closed, but they just don't feel soft, feels a little forced or just doesn't feel right, just feel free to blink the eyes open a little and just allow the eyelids to gently soften. And then start to just notice all the little muscles around your eyes. And again, just intentionally softening all those little muscles around both eyes. Noticing your eyebrows. Notice the space between your eyebrows. Notice your temples. Notice your cheeks, cheekbones. Notice your jaw, your tongue, your teeth, your lips. Notice your throat, your neck. And just allow that sense of softness, sense of lightness, sense of space just to start traveling down your body, down through your shoulders, your arms, elbows, down to your hands and fingers. You might notice your spine. You might even notice a sense of lifting, lightness through the spine. And then we'll stay in our meditation for the next minute. Again, you might just allow that soft smile to come onto your face. of your meditation, you might just gently blink your eyes open. Might take some movement through your fingertips. Maybe take the head side to side. Just take any other movement that feels right. Right, bring your hands to your heart center. Just take a moment to acknowledge your practice today. Bringing love, kindness, compassion into your heart space. So you can take that with you throughout your day today, throughout your week. Go well. Namaste.